We'll start, Suresh.
मातर्मे मातरिष्वन् पितलतुलगुरो भ्रातृरिष्टाप्तबन्धो स्वामिन् सर्वान्तरात्मन्नजरजरैतज्जन्म मृत्यामयानाम् गोविन्दे देहि भक्तिं भवति च भगवन्नूर्जितां निर्निमित्तां निर्व्याज्यां निश्चलां सद्गुणगणबृहतीं शाश्वतीमाशुदेव यो अन्तः प्रविश्य मम वाचमिमां प्रशक्तां सञ्जीवमेति अखिलशक्तिधरस्वधाम्ना अन्यांश्च हस्तचरणश्रवणत्वगाद्रीन् प्राणान् नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यं ओम्. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to this evening's session of Sahiti. And I'm sure we are in for a very informative, interesting, and a sort of challenging session this evening, which, as Anandji had shared in the group, consists of the quiz competition, which was done at the annual Vedic retreat. That said, I will hand it over to Anandji to take this forward and conduct the quiz, please. Over to you, Anandji.
Thank you. Harihi Om Sri Krishnaya Namaha. My namaskars to all the members of the satsang. This is the quiz session which we performed at the annual day of the Hindu Knowledge Academy recently, which was on 11th of May. So I was requested to conduct the same today. So we shall start with the quiz. Just before I begin the quiz, I have some set of instructions, some set of rules, which I have already shared with all of you on the Sahiti group. There will be 25 questions, and we hope to finish in an hour. So I kindly request that you raise your hand and we call you out. It'd be nice to get all of you participating in the quiz. I will try and avoid not to call out the names. For every questions, you will have 10 seconds after I read out the questions and the choices. You will get 5 points for the correct answer. And every question will have an extended question, which will get you 5 bonus points. The question does not pass on to the next person. You have the choice of, that's the lifeline, ask the experts only. There are few experts in this group who will probably volunteer and answer and help you with that question. Unofficially, you can Google it, but let me tell you, you won't get any information on the Google which Madhuji has. If you cannot provide that extra information, it goes to the audience. Anyone in the audience can raise their hand and try and answer that. Otherwise, our experts will answer it. I shall be grateful if you can put your video on while answering the question. If you have to make any comment, please use the chat box. The quiz master's decision is final. Suresh ji will keep the scores and watch out for the hints, which I will be offering you while reading the questions. Before I begin the quiz, this is the one which again I have shared with all of you. It's most of the questions are based on Madhuji's talks. The reference books I have used are the Gita Vibhriti by Raghavendra Tirtharu, Acharya's Bhashyas, K.T. Pondurangi, and Giridhar Gore's books. Any mistakes I make in conveying these questions and answers are entirely mine, and my apologies. And I'm open for corrections and suggestions. The aim of the quiz is to refresh our knowledge on Vedanta and revise what has been taught by Madhuji. Any questions before we start the quiz? No. Sureshji, is the audio okay? Is the sound coming up all right?
Yeah.
Shall we start with the first question?
Yes, please.
Okay, here comes the first question. What is the meaning of Vedanta? Is it A, end of Vedas? Is it B, goal of Vedas? Is it C, conclusion of the Vedas? Or is it D, aim of Vedas? You tell me the answer, and you'll get plus 5 points if you can name the schools of Vedanta. Suresh ji will look out for the hands.
None so far.
You can pick up the names, Suresh ji. There's Pannanga Shri.
I may be wrong. I'm thinking it is the literal meaning is end of Vedas, and is it Dvaita, Advaita, Vishishta, Advaita?
So Vedanta is end is, the Vedas are all eternal. There is no end or there is no beginning for Vedanta. So you want to look out for the
so
choices.
possibly aim of Vedas then.
Aim of Vedas. What aim of Vedas? Then you have other choices as well, and you have a lifeline.
Goal. Yes, please. Oh dear, not a good start, is it?
No, you're doing very good. Very good.
Is it the goal of the Vedas?
I don't know. What is the answer? If you have a lifeline, you can ask Suresh ji, you can ask
somebody else. Yes, please, Suresh ji, help me.
It should be the conclusion of the Vedas.
Let's see what's the correct answer. Do you want to log that, Pannanga ji?
Yes, please. Number C.
Okay, C, conclusion of the Vedas. Let's see what's the right answer. Right answer. Well done. All right. If you name the schools of Vedanta, you will get 5 bonus points.
Dvaita. No.
One more.
Sorry, I'm sure my family is only there. So sorry, I don't know.
No worries. You did very well. I will add to that. Dvaita, that is Tattvavada. Advaita, that is Shankara's philosophy. And Vishishta Advaita, that is Ramanuja. Well done. You get 10 points. There is one more hand there. I can see Shobhaji. Shobhaji, you want to add something to this question?
No. I was only thinking of conclusion of Vedas from the beginning, but afterwards she has already told that. Thank you.
So that brings you to the next question, Shobhaji.
Anand, sorry to interrupt. Looks like I can't see who's raised the hands for whatever reason. So I'll request you to. I'll jump in when I see, but this question I couldn't see anybody raising their hands.
Okay. So if somebody knows the answer or wants to volunteer for it, please call out and we will recognize you. So that's fine. I think the second question should go to Shobhaji. Shobhaji, here comes the next question for you. How many principal Upanishads are there? Is it A, 108? Is it B, 12? Is it C, 10? Is it B, 18?
Number C.
Number C, 10. Let's see the answer. Absolutely right. There are 10 principal Upanishads. The extension question for this is, why 10? And can you name all of them? Why 10 Upanishads?
And I can name few of them right now.
Yeah.
Ishavasya, Katha, Kena, then Atharva, then Taittiriya Upanishads, then Chandogya, then Brihadaranya, some of them, and
yeah, you did very well there.
Aitreya Upanishads, few of them.
Good. I'll give you that. And why 10 principal Upanishads?
The 10 is the actually the main 10. The main is 10 Upanishads. There are 108 Upanishads actually.
Absolutely.
Actually,
yeah.
all that the summary of the 108 Upanishads is in this 10 Upanishads maybe. That
Yeah, you're partly right. It's 10 because all our three great acharyas, especially Shankaracharya and Acharya Madhva, have given bhashyas to these main 10 Upanishads. Ramanujacharya hasn't given the bhashyas, but one of his disciples called Ranga Ramanujacharya has given the bhashyas from a Vishishta Advaita perspective. That's why they're all 10 principal Upanishads. And you named some of them. Well done, Shobhaji. You get 10 points. The next question is coming on the screen. So we are doing Mundaka Upanishad. You all know what? Mundaka Upanishad belongs to which Veda? Is it A, Rig Veda? Is it B, Sama Veda? Is it C, Yajurveda? Is it D, Atharva Veda? We are doing Mundaka Upanishad. I see Pragnesh ji.
can I answer?
No, Pragnesh ji will answer this.
Atharva Veda.
Atharva Veda, Pragnesh ji, let's see. Do you want to lock that?
Yes, please. Lock answer D.
Well done, Pragnesh ji. You will get 5 bonus points if you name the Upanishads of Rig Veda, Sama Veda, Yajurveda. I'll help you.
Thank you. Yes, looking for expert help.
Okay, Suresh ji, or anyone else who wants to pitch in here. There's only one Upanishad, only one Mahopanishad of Rig Veda, which is Aitareya. Okay, Sama Veda. We have Chandogya Upanishad and Kena Upanishad. And we have Yajurveda. We have Krishna Yajurveda, and we have Shukla Yajurveda. In Shukla Yajurveda, we have Ishavasya and Brihadaranyaka. In Krishna Yajurveda, we have Kathopanishad and Taittiriya Upanishad. So in Atharva Veda, you've already said there is Mundaka Upanishad, but there are 2 more Upanishads in Atharva Veda. Mandukya and Prashna Upanishad.
Thank you.
So you will get some points, Pragnesh ji. You'll get some points there. Well done. We'll move on to next question. Has anyone got any comments to make here? I can't see any hands, but if you do have, please join in. Okay. The next question coming up now. Sahana Bhavatu is the Shanti mantra of which Veda? Is it A, Shukla Yajurveda? Is it B, Atharva Veda? Is it C, Krishna Yajurveda? Is it D, Rig Veda? Any volunteers there? I can see Pannangaji. Anyone else? Go ahead, Pannangaji.
It's a C, Krishna Yajurveda.
Shall I lock it?
Yes, please.
Well done. It is Krishna Yajurveda. If you recite it, you will get 5 more points.
Sahana Vavatu, Sahana Bhunaktu, Sahaviryam Karavavahai, Tejasvinavadhitamastu Mavid Vishavahai, Om Shanti Shanti Shantihi.
Well done, Pannangaji. You will get 10 points there. The next question coming up now. What are Asthanatrayas? Is it A, Nyaya, Vaisheshika and Bhagavad Gita? Is it B, Upanishads, Dharma Sutra and Bhagavad Gita? Is it C, Sankhya, Yoga, Bhagavad Gita? Or is it D, Vedanta, Mimamsa and Bhagavad Gita? Any volunteers? Asthanatrayas. I'll pick up a name.
Can I answer?
Hello?
We can't get a hand in our iPad.
B.
I know Pannangaji and 4 others have raised, isn't it? Let me see who's there. I can't see here.
Veena here.
Veena ji, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's the Upanishads, Brahma Sutra, and the Bhagavad Gita.
Shall I lock it?
Yes, please.
Answer is E. Well done, Veena ji. You will get 5 more points if you reason what is the importance of these prasthanatrayas.
Maybe these are all Apaurushaya. They are by Vyasa.
Bhagavad Gita is a part of Mahabharata.
Yeah.
That is not a Paurusheya, but yes, Upanishads are part of Veda, which are a Paurusheya. Brahma Sutras are written by Veda Vyasa, so they are not Paurusheya. So the importance of this, Sureshji, you want to expand on that?
They basically form the foundations for the right interpretations of the Vedic texts.
Absolutely, absolutely. Also, another importance of that is all the prasthanatrayas are taken as the authority by all the 3 great acharyas, Acharya Madhva, Acharya Shankara, and Ramanujacharya. So they all have a congruence, although their philosophies differ, but they all consider these 3 as the authoritative works based on which their philosophy is based. So well done. So any comments, anyone else there? Pragnesh ji, I see your hand there, and Pannanga ji, I can see your hand there.
Yes. So our understanding from the recent teachings is that any dispute, if there was any question about any of the Vedic scriptures, it has to pass through the tests of these 3 literature, and then only it can be considered as authoritative. Thank you. Almost similar to what you already explained. Thank you.
Thank you, Pragnesh ji. So we move on to next question, unless anyone has. So the next question coming now is, once again, we are doing Mundaka Upanishad, you know that, also called Atharvana Upanishad. Who is the Devata of Atharvana Upanishad? Is it A, Brahma Namaka God, or is it B, Akshara Namaka God, or is it C, Yajna Namaka God, or is it Vamana Namaka God? So we have had 25 sessions. I see one hand there. Pragnesh ji, go ahead. Oh no, there is one more there, Shobha ji. I'll go for Pragnesh ji now. Okay, Pragnesh ji, go ahead.
Yagna Namaka Paramatma.
Yajna Namaka Paramatma. There is another Upanishad called Yajna Upanishad, also called Isha Vasya Upanishad. Do you want to reconsider your choice? Sorry, I pressed a mistake. Well, anyway, that question stands null and void. It is Akshara Namaka Paramatma, which is the god of the Mundaka Upanishad, otherwise called Atharvana Upanishad. There is an extended question for this particular question. Which Upanishad has God as Brahma Shabda God or Brahma Namaka God? Anybody? Any hands there?
With Mandukya.
Mandukya, who is the god?
Varuna and
Yes, yes. Brahma comes in Kena Upanishad. Vamana comes as Tathopanishad. Yajna, I told you, Isha Vasya Upanishad. Any comments, any questions by anybody? No. We'll move on to the next question now. Purnamada Purnamidam is the Shanti mantra of which Upanishad? Which Upanishad? Okay. Is it A, Shvetashvatra? Is it B, Brihadaranyaka? Is it C, Ishavasya? Is it all of the above? I see 3 hands there. Wait a minute. Very good. I've been pressing a wrong button here. I'm very sorry for this. So who wanted to answer that? Please go ahead, Prakash ji.
It is the Ishavasya Upanishad, the Shanti Mantra. So I will lock that. See.
Yes. So the Shanti mantras are specific for each Veda. So if you look at Ishavasya and Brihadaranyaka, they belong to Shukla Yajurveda. Okay. Shvetashvatra does not come under 10 principal Upanishads, but nevertheless, it's a very important Upanishad. The Shanti mantra for all these three Upanishads is Purnamadah Purnamidam. So the right answer is all the three Upanishads. Do you want to recite Purnamadah, Prakash ji?
Sure. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnam Udacchate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Well done, Prakash ji. Thank you very much. That was very nice. I'll give you a full 10 points. I'll go for the next question now. Hiranmayena Patrena. What is the significance of the golden vessel in this prayer? Is it A, only Lord can break the barriers and move us towards the truth and salvation? Is it B, bright glowing sun covers everything in the sky? Is it C, pot of gold prevents the seeker from seeing the Lord? Or is it D, gold symbolizes material wealth? Any takers? You'll get 5 bonus points if you name which Upanishad is coming from. We have done this. Madhuji has done this. Any takers there? Did I see Devalji there? Hiranmayena Patrena, wherein Swayambhu Manu is asking the Lord, Yajnanamaka Lord.
Sorry, I had to mute out 1 second. I'm back now.
So this is the one, this question, Hiranmayena Patrena, significance of golden vessel in this prayer. Swayambhu Manu is asking the Lord.
A is the answer.
A is the answer. Let us see. Do you want me to log that?
Yeah.
A is the correct answer. Which Upanishad is that? Swayambhu Manu is asking Yajnanamaka God. Anybody?
Ishavasya Upanishad.
Ishavasya Upanishad. And who was that?
Jagdish.
Jagdish ji, thank you very much. Next question for you, Jagdish ji. Identify the picture. Which Upanishad? Who is the Rishi and who is the Devata of this Upanishad? There is a central picture there, blue background.
C. Mandukya Upanishad, Varuna and Mandukya sage Lord Narayan.
C. Do you want me to log that?
Yes, sir.
Correct answer, Jagdish. Correct answer. Well done. Well done. I go for the next question now. Shall I pick up a name so that it will be easier? Sheila ji, this is for you. The next question is for you, Sheila ji. Identify the image, the picture, the central picture.
Sorry, they have to see.
Identify the picture. You have to say which Upanishad, who is the Rishi and who is the Devata.
It's Brahma Rishi.
In the picture, you see
Brahma is
Pramukha
Devata.
Brahma and you see
And
Rudra.
Shiva.
Of all the 4 choices, is it Mandukya Upanishad? Is it Chandogya Upanishad? Is it Kenopanishad? Where the sage is Brahma and Rudra and the Lord is Vishnu, or is it the Taittiriya? Where sage is Brahma and Varuna. You've got 4 choices.
Yeah. I'm not sure. Maybe Kena, because sage is, Rudra is asking Brahma. So they are all sage. Brahma.
Shall I lock it?
Okay, I can try because I'm not sure.
Kena is the right answer. Kena is the right answer. You're
I'm
right.
sorry, our hand is not working. Mr. Pai wanted to, I mean, he knew most of the answers as well. I'm not joining him, but
I will come. The next question will be for Manjunathji, but let's finish this question.
okay, thank you.
So you're right. The picture shows Chaturmukha Brahma, and there is Rudra there, and that's how the Kena Upanishad begins. Rudra asking Chaturmukha Brahma the questions. All the questions start about it, isn't it? So it's in this Upanishad where the Agni, Nasikya, Vayu, they all think that they are very powerful than the Lord. Then the Lord appears in the form of Yaksha, and he asks the Lord Agni to burn a blade of grass, which Agni cannot do it. And then he asks Nasikya Vayu to blow the grass away. He cannot do it. Then Indra comes. And when Indra comes, Lord, who is in the form of Yaksha, instructs Parvati to inform Indra, Lord Indra, as to the importance of the Lord. And that's how the Upanishad starts. So it's a beautiful Upanishad. And hopefully you can refresh it whenever you have time. But that is the gist of this Upanishad. Any comments before? Sorry, go ahead.
Thank you. No comments. It's Parvati comes as Uma.
Parvati comes as Uma,
Yes,
God of Uma, and that's
thank
how
you.
the Upanishad begins. Well done.
Yeah.
Okay, so Manjunathji, the next question is for you. Identify the characters. There are 1,000 cows there. So which Upanishad? Is it A, Chandogya? Is it B, Mandukya? Is it C, Shvetashvatara? Is it D, Brihadaranyaka?
Brihadaranyaka.
Brihadaranyaka. So can you identify the characters there?
Can you?
Gargi.
Gargi is written there.
Yeah.
Who is this sage? Who is this Rishi?
You want my help? Yajnavalkya.
Yajnavalkya. Vachaknavi Gargi is the lady. Who is the other one there?
Maitreyi.
Maitreyi. Must be Maitreyi. Yeah, his wife. Yeah.
Katyayini Maitreyi.
Yeah.
The importance of these cows, 1,000 cows there.
Yes.
Each cow has their horns.
Golden horns.
Golden
yes.
horns. Horns.
In Janaka Maharaja's.
Yes. So your answer is Brihadaranyaka, D. Shall I lock it?
Yes, please. Thank you.
Brihadaranyaka is the right answer. Well done.
Thank you.
So you rightly identified all the characters. Yajnavalkya, very, very famous Rishi, a beautiful Upanishad there. His wife is Maitreyi, and then Vachaknavi Gargi is another sage who has come to Janaka Maharaja's yajna there. There's a big yajna going on. Maharshi Yajnavalkya comes there. Then the question answers start there. Janaka asks a question, and then as far as I gather, nobody can answer. And he says, if someone answers, you'll get 1,000 cows, each cow decorated with some golden coins. Yajnavalkya, before answering, requests his disciples to take away all the 1,000 cows. And then the other Hotras stop him. And then the question answer starts. Beautiful Upanishad once again. Very well done, Manjunathji. The next question, any volunteers? I will pick up a name if you don't mind. Do we have Harshad ji? The next question is for you. So, besides Kathopanishad, which other Upanishad gives the analogy of the chariot? The Kena Upanishad, Taitara Upanishad, Aitaraya Upanishad, or Mandukya Upanishad? So we have all learned about this analogy of the chariot. Harshadji, you want to try? You have a choice of going for expert person or expert. Prakashji has also raised his hand.
I'm not entirely sure. So can I use my lifeline?
Yes, please. Sureshji, can you help Harshadji, please?
Is it Aitreya?
Let me try. Aitreya is the right answer. Can anyone, Prakashji has also raised hand, can anyone explain the chariot analogy?
Let me
Do they
try.
represent the? Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
Do
Go
they
ahead.
represent the five senses?
The horses, yes. The reins,
The reins are the various sense organs, and the mind is the charioteer. So you control all the five senses using your mind,
yes.
and the
Reins are the mind. Horses are
and
the
the Atman is the traveler in the chariot.
correct.
So that's the rough analogy.
Well done, well done. Who is the charioteer?
Charioteer is the manas, mind.
Mind is the reins. Charioteer is the buddhi.
Brain and buddhi, intelligence. Yeah, buddhi.
Well done, well done. So that's how. So just an analogy which comes in two Upanishads. One is predominantly in Kathopanishad. The other one also comes in Aitareya Upanishad. But well tried, well tried. So we move on to next question. Any takers for the next question, or shall I pick up a name? Padmaja Badrinathji, the next question comes to you. Don't worry, I'll help you. I'll help you with the answers.
Okay.
The next question for you is this. Which Upanishad has analogy of honey making to depict the interrelationship between the Lord Almighty and other deities? Toba Srinivasan has raised his hand. Padmajaji, is it A. Chandogya? Is it B. Taittiriya? Is it C. Aitareya? Is it D. Mandukya?
I'm not sure. It's just a guess. Probably it is Chandogya Upanishad.
Shall I lock it?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah.
Well done, Padmajaji. That is Chandogya Upanishad. So, do you know the details? Anyone wants to go for the details? I can see Prakashji and there's one other hand. And he wants to explain as to what it means and what it means. And I can see Madhuji also. Hello, Madhuji. Namaskar. You're looking good.
Sorry, I am somewhere in Italy. Sorry, but yeah, I'm very much there. Yeah.
Okay, either Shivabaji or Prakashji want to explain anything about this analogy?
I think it is
Madhu Vidya, that we know that.
Yes. So what anyone else wants to try?
So I will try.
Go ahead.
I will try to. Okay. Basically, I think the analogy is like how in a honeycomb, various bees come and deposit their honey. The thing is, even though we think that the honey is one, it is not so. This only explains there is one Bhagavan, but there are many jivas. So there is no aikya. Just because honey is all the same in the honeycomb, doesn't mean that they are same, because the different jivas, bees take from the honey from different flowers. It proves the point that that there is one God but many jivas. That's what I remember. I don't remember completely, but that's what I remember.
You answered perfectly. All right. Absolutely. You covered most of the points. Devalji.
I think the second point over there, the first point is correct. The second point was that when Paramatma leaves the honeycomb, beehive actually, then all the other bees leave the beehive. So that is the analogy of like live in the body. Does that make sense?
Absolutely, I take that point. Sureshji, any special comments?
I mean, I think it's more the Mukhya Prana, the Vayu, who acts as the gel there, who holds it together. So I just wanted to add that to similar to what Devaji said.
I think all of you have.
Can I add one? I mean, my view. I don't know.
Go ahead, Sheila.
In from Parama Mukhya Vritti. I feel there are many flowers. These bees collect honeys from all the flowers, and they store it in the hive. And after that, they lose their identity. Same way, we use this name and form for realizing God. And then after the knowledge comes and after Jnanottara Karma, I think with this grace, we can merge with him. Merge with him in the sense, I don't know, whatever Madhu said, what is that? Aparokshanubhuti or something like that. Yes.
All of you had at some points. I'll finally summarize it.
Anandji, can I also come in here?
Yeah, go ahead, Madhuji, please.
I will. So the verse there is the second example of Taittiriya Upanishad. Madhukara Raja, Nana Yayanat Vrikshanam Rasanam Samavaram Samayanti. So that particular verse says that each bee goes to the flower, picks up the nectar, and then deposits in the beehive. Yeah. So there is each droplet of nectar. So honey is a composition. It is a composite collection of individual droplets of nectar. So the discussion there is each droplet of nectar does not know that this has come from this flower and that flower. That is the ignorance of the droplets of nectar there. There is no question of all droplets of nectar actually becoming one or losing their identity. Each drop of nectar has its distinct identity. The only thing is that it's ignorance that it does not come from. It does not know that it is coming from this flower. Flower is the Paramatma and Jiva is that nectar in that analogy, and that nectar droplet does not know it is coming from this Paramatma. We have forgotten our origin. So that is the ignorance there as per our Acharya for the second example. I hope that is
Madhu,
what you are.
Can I ask a question here, please? Is that what Shankaracharya meant by illusion? Because we think honey is one, and whereas the droplets will be different. So I don't know. I'm just asking you a question.
So for that particular example, the question there, the analogy of that needs to be taken from the subsequent verse. Saya esha anima aitadatmyam idam sarvam tat satyam sa atma tattvamasi shvetaketo. That particular statement of Chandogya Upanishad has to be taken in context of the example that is given there, Shilaji. So when you take that context of the example, identity just does not fall into place. It is out of question. Identity is not the prakarana there. Is the final conclusion from where I see it.
That's the contextual relevance of that view in Chandogya Upanishad and beehive example, isn't it?
So beehive. So the honey droplet and the flower is the example there. And the next one, of course, is the river and the ocean is the next example on that. So it flows like that. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, and we need a guru to show this all with the blindfolded.
Sure. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you all. Wonderful contribution. Thank you, Madhuji, for summing it up for all of us. So we move on to the next question. Next question, I want some takers, but I'll put the question first and look for the responses. The next question comes now. Okay, so identify this bird analogy. Which Upanishad? Is it A. Chandogya, B. Mandukya, C. Shvetashvatra, D. Kathopanishad? Basically, this picture here is a bird. The bird is tied by a strap to a point or to a pole. Okay, there are some labelings there which are giving you some clues. So the bird is tied with a strap to a pole. The bird can fly only to a certain extent along its radius. Beautiful example in one of the Chandogya Upanishads. One of the Upanishads. Any takers for this?
Yeah, you told Chandogya Upanishad yourself.
Well caught. I told you I will make it. Do you want to?
Okay, I can try my what I have understood. This bird he doesn't know it's been tied. So, like the jiva in the body, he doesn't know he's a jiva. So he flies everywhere outside the bird, like we do with our senses and sense organs, and we try to get happiness from that, and we don't. So in the night we come back and sleep. Same way, the bird going round and round and round comes to the pole, realizing that he has to be near it. Pole is tied him down, so he comes to the pole and stays there. I think that's what Madhuji meant anyway.
But let me lock your answer and then we discuss about this. But I should say, well done. Anyone else? I know Sheilaji said so much. Anyone else to add anything to this? This is from Chandogya Upanishad, wherein this is the first analogy which Uddalaka is giving to Shvetaketu. So anyone wants to add anything here?
So that is the first example, isn't it, Anandji, which gives a categorical evidence of dependence of souls on Paramatma. So that the first example is a categorical establishment of difference between Paramatma and Jivatma there, where so Sakani Sutrena Prapadyo Disham Patitva Anyatra Ayatanam Ladva Vandanameva Upashrayate Evameva Kalu Somya Imaha Prajaha. That is that verse where exactly, so Sheilaji very beautifully mentioned, but I just wanted to remind that the first example of chapter 6 of Chandogya Upanishad is the first categorical example of difference between Jiva and Paramatma. Thank you.
Thank you, Madhuji. Well said. And I think there's nothing much to add on to this. We move on to the next question. Okay, we talk about the birds. There are quite a few examples of the birds in Upanishads, and I have tried to capture as much as possible. So these are partridge birds. Which Upanishad is named after these birds? Partridge birds, okay? You have to name the Sanskrit name of these birds and expand the reasoning to get to the response. Is it Aitareya? Is it Chandogya? Is it C, Taitareya? Is it D, Shvetashvara? Jagadish ji, go ahead.
Is it Taittiriya Upanishad, the Tittiri birds that...
Shall we lock it?
Yes, I think so.
Well done, Jagadish ji. We want to expand on that. You said the right thing. You said there are Tittiri birds, Taittiriya Upanishads. Anything you want to expand on this? How does the name come to Taittiriya?
Taittiriya has two parts. One's Krishna, coming from Krishna Yajurveda. So Taittiriya basically from the Tittiri birds are when Yajnavalkya, things I'm forgetting. Yajnavalkya's Shishya, who would actually listens to the Upanishads from as a bird view when his guru is teaching, then he would actually go back and give the pata to his shishyas, and they would actually throw this as a they would actually vomit this as a words, and that becomes they are in the form of the Tittiri bird. So it's actually that is how it's. I think so. That's what I read a little bit about Taittiriya, how it's coming from. Actually, if I'm not wrong.
I think you covered most of it. Suresh ji, you want to expand on this, please? Or Madhusudan ji, if you are still there. Yeah, he's there.
Madhuji, please go ahead.
Suresh, Anandji, I was very briefly going to say, yes, the Jagdish ji very nicely mentioned that. The other one, of course, is the Rishis. Taittiriya Rishis also is also considered here in this discussion. And of course, in Taittiriya Upanishad, we got three Vallis, right? Siksha Valli, Bhrigu and Brahmanda Valli. So three Vallis that we need to know, and it talks about the Annamaya, Pranamaya, Manonmaya, Vijnanamaya, Anandamaya, equating to Aniruddha, Pradyumna, Sankarshana, Vasudeva, Narayan. 5 5s come in Taittiriya Upanishad that we should never forget. Thanks. Over to you, Suresh.
No, yeah, thanks, Madhush. So maybe we should just move along. Maybe,
Yes, time, for the sake of time. Next question coming up now. There's another question with regard to birds. Which two Upanishads quote the metaphor of two birds on a tree? Is it A, Aitareya and Taittiriya? Is it B, Mandukya and Ishavasya? Is it C, Shvetashvatara and Mundaka? Is it D, Katha and Kena? I want you to answer the right choice and then expand on it. It's a very famous metaphor, which Madhuji will be covering later sometime in this year. So I've given you some hint there already.
Shall I try? I think it is C, Shvetashvataropanath and Mundaka. I think Mundaka he has been mentioning in below the two birds. He always mentions the Upanishads, you see. So I think that's the one, C.
Shall we lock it?
Yes, please.
Ashvatra and Mundaka. You know the reasons. What is the importance of those two birds there?
It is Jiva and Paramatma.
Excellent.
Jiva has forgotten that he has to go inside and see Paramatma, but he is always looking outside in the world and with his senses and sense organs. And he wants to enjoy the fruits outside. So I think that's the analogy of, that's the meaning of that analogy as I have understood by my lessons.
Shobhaji.
Suparna, the verse is that
Suparna,
is the
Sahaja Sakaya.
looking for.
Yeah, absolutely. I think both of you have covered the two birds. One is Jiva, one is the Paramatma. Jiva is constantly engaged, happily eating away. And then very near to Paramatma there. Anyone wants to add anything to this question?
I think Madhuji talks about the three types of ignorance, isn't it? That it is ignorant that there is another bird. It is ignorant because it's facing outward rather than inward.
Exactly.
And thinking that the fruits are sweet, but they are bitter. And the third ignorance is
absolutely. They will
of itself, of Jiva Swabhava.
I remember Madhuji showing that picture with ignorance labeled all over the birds. I remember that. Madhuji, any further comments?
Yeah, I was going to say when we always think about Dvav Suparnau Sayuja Sakaya Samana Vriksham Parishashva Jate, you always think that this is a Niravakasha Shruti. Niravakasha Shruti means there is no way in which you can make another interpretation for this Shruti. So this Shruti again clearly shows that there are two different categories of birds, two different species of birds, guys. One is Jivatma and the other one is Paramatma. So that is again categorical establishment of Jiva and Paramatma different, whereas the Sheelaji mentioned Jiva is always dependent on Paramatma. The other thing I also want to remind folks is, whenever we think about this Dwa Suparna Sayuja Sakaya, you should also think about Katha Upanishad. Katha Upanishad, Ritam Pibantau Sukrutasya Loke Chaya Tapo Brahma Vido Vadanti. So there also it is the same, and also Krishna also says, Aham Sarva Yajnanam Bhoktaram Prabhurevacha. And so I am the enjoyer of everything. So it has to be reconciled here, because in the Mandukya Upanishad, it is actually, in the Mundaka Upanishad actually says, the other bird, the Jiva bird, is actually enjoying all these worldly pleasures, whereas the other fellow is just sitting there without enjoying anything. So, but then in the Katha Upanishad, it says, Ritam Pibantau Sukrutasya Loke. So there is this guy, Paramatma, who is sitting and enjoying everything. So how do you reconcile that? All the bad karmas that the Jivas are doing, the Jivas have to enjoy. Whereas all the good karmas that the Jivas do, Paramatma enjoys, and he gives 1/10 of the portion back to the Jivatma. Is how you reconcile that, is what our Acharyas have taught us. So just wanted to remind, whenever this particular verse comes, please don't forget Katha Upanishad. Thank you.
Thank you, Madhuji. Thank you very much. We move on to next question. We got 10 more minutes to go. Okay. So this is a shloka. Hanta chain manyate hantahu, hatas chain manyate hatam. Ubhautau na vijanito, mayam hanti na hanyate. Where is this sloka from? Bhagavad Gita, Kathopanishad, Ishavasya Upanishad, Chandogya Upanishads. I see Shobha Srinivasan ji. Go ahead, Shobha ji.
Bhagavad Gita.
Bhagavad Gita. Yeah, we are doing Vedanta, so we will have a separate.
Second chapter. Oh, yeah.
We
Yeah,
will
you have
do-
written there.
Yes.
Sorry. Second chapter. No, yeah, that is what was the question here?
The question
Where is the shloka
that's-
from?
Where is the shloka from? So if we are doing Vedanta, we will have a separate quiz on Bhagavad Gita maybe sometime in the future. So we are asking for, where is the shloka from? Where is the shloka from? Is it Kathopanishad? Is it Ishavasya Upanishad? Chandogya
Okay.
Upanishad?
Okay, okay. This shloka. The Kathopanishad, Isha.
You want me to log that?
No, I'm sorry. I was talking to my husband. Sorry.
So there is a lot of contribution of Kathopanishad in Bhagavad Gita, isn't it?
Sounds like it's from Kathopanishad.
So there are two votes for Kathopanishad. Do you want me to log this, Shobha ji? Or you want to go for expert advice, expert consultation? Okay, let me answer that. The correct answer is, the reason to include this is 2.19 of Kathopanishad is exactly same as 2.19 of Bhagavad Gita. Is Veena ji there? Veena ji, can you recite Bhagavad Gita 2.19 so that we know that how well these two are similar?
Ya enam veti hantaram yacchainam manyate hatam ubhau tau na vijanito nayam hanti na hanyate.
Beautiful. So well done. Very well done. So I hope, is there anyone who wants to add to this question? It's all about what we have learned in Bhagavad Gita chapter 2 and in Kathopanishad. There's a lot of references to Kathopanishad in Bhagavad Gita. That's why I included this question. We move on to next question now. What was Nachiketa's third question to Lord Yama? You have to choose the most appropriate answer, okay? Is it whether the individual soul continues to exist or not after it leaves the body? B, is it going beyond the heaven and attaining the eternal bliss? C, whether the soul continues to exist individually independent of Lord, whether the soul continues to exist individually or ceases to exist individually, merging with the Lord. You have to answer what is the third question. And if you can tell me two more questions which Nachiketa asks Lord Yama, you will get those. Can you take us there?
This is the fourth D answer. I can't read it.
Fourth D, shall I read it for you?
Yes, please. Yes.
Whether the soul continues to exist individually or ceases to exist individually, merging with the Lord. Anyone wants to go for it?
Because I thought that it is some people say it is, some people say it is not, something like that. That question.
The answer will be given by Lord Yama. So the question we are asking is, what was the third question of Nachiketa?
Okay.
You want to lock D, Ilaji?
No, I'm not sure. Maybe D. Yes.
Right answer. We know the two other questions of Nachiketa to Lord Yama.
Yeah, because this was mentioned in the last quiz. First one was his father should accept him as he is. And the second one is Vaishvanara Vidya, about all devas and devatas and all creation of the universe, I think. Vaishvanara, three Nachiketa Agni. All Trivat Karana.
Correct.
That's what Madhuji mentioned, isn't it? Trivrat Karana or Trinachiketa Agni.
Yes, that's the second
The name
question
of
was
the,
how we worship Lord Hari in the Yajna.
yeah.
And the three Nachiketa Yajna.
Yeah,
which is
Nachiketa Agni, I think.
within the body, even within the 360 bones, in the Kala, the 360 days in the Kala. And what is the third one? The 360, the bricks.
Yeah,
And
bricks of the Yajna Kunda. Yeah,
so
that
this
is,
was
that is 360 days. That's what, yeah.
Any comments? Any more comments on that? Any more explanations on that? If not, we move on to next question. Okay. Okay, this is a quick question, probably a difficult question. What are the steps involved in achieving self-realization? Is it A, Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana? Is it B, Yajna, Tapas, Dana? C, transcending Sattva, Rajas, Tamas? D, Karma, Jnana, Jnana? And in which Upanishad does it come? I see Prakash ji, go for it.
Steps involved in achieving self-realization.
I faintly heard you, Prakash ji.
I'm thinking, yeah.
A, Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana.
Yeah.
Okay, shall we lock it?
Yeah, we can lock
It is the right answer. Which Upanishad is this?
I am thinking it is Taittiriya. I may be totally wrong.
It's from Brihadaranyaka.
Brihadaranyaka. Yeah, correct. Brihadaranyaka. Okay. I was confused. I was having that. No, I was okay. Brihadaranyaka. Yeah, correct.
Thank you. Next question. What are the important attributes of the Lord described in Taittiriya Upanishads? Is it A, Satyam, Jnanam, Anantam? Is it Satyameva Jayate? Is it Satyam Shivam Sundaram? Or D, Satyam Param Dhimahi? Prakash ji.
Okay. It is answer A, Satyam Jnanam Anantam.
Let's lock it.
Final answer.
Correct answer. If you can explain each one, you'll get 5 bonus points. Satyam. Madhuji keeps on asking about this question. Satyam.
Yeah, Satya means, I think if I remember it correctly, Satya means there is no dosha. God is having no defects. And then Jnanam means Bhagavan is Sarvajna, is intelligence person, all-knowing. Ananta means Bhagavan is Purna. I mean, he has all the attributes full and complete in him. So, Nirdoshatva, Sarvaguna Parivurdva, and then Jnanam, Sarvajna. That's what I remember.
Absolute. Satyam is about eightfold cosmic dispensation, which is Bandha, Moksha, Jnana. Then the other 4 are creation, sustenance, destruction, and the controller. So well done, Prakash ji. We move on to the next question. I'm conscious of the time. We are coming to Go ahead, Madhuji.
No, sorry. I was just quite enthusiastic to also remind folks about the previous question about Satyam, the etymologies. We captured most of it. One we missed because Chandogya Upanishad also gives a definition of what Sati Yam is. Yam is Yamayati, and then Sat is Nirdushta, Ti is Tati. So he who is the controller of jivas, both in samsara and in moksha, is called Satyam. That was another meaning I wanted to share. Thank you.
Thank you, Madhuji. Okay, the next question. The Lord, in his 4 forms, controls 4 activities of earth, 4 activities of living beings. I can already see Harshad ji. I'll come to you, Harshad ji. Wakeful, dreaming, deep sleep, salvation. Which Upanishad and what are the 4 forms? It's a big question. That's why 10 points. Go for it, Harshad ji. And there's one more hand.
I think it's option D. Mandukya Upanishad. And I think you're given the next answer actually. So Vishwa, Taijasa, Prajna, and Turiya.
Will I lock it?
Yes, please.
Aditya, answer. Vishwa, Taijasa, Prajna, Turiya. Vishwa is for wakeful state. Taijasa is it deep sleep? No. Turiya is salvation. Anyone wants to help me here? Prajna is sleep, isn't it? I don't know. Anybody? Sureshji, Madhuji, please.
Can I try?
Yeah, please do. Please do.
Okay. Vishwa, as you said, it is wakeful. Taijasa is a dreaming state. Vishwa, there is a prajna is deep sleep, and turiya is wakeful conscious. That is a samadhi state.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you, Prakashji. Okay, we are nearly coming to the end of this quiz. Next question is about the two doctrines, Hari Sarvottama and Vayu Jivottama. They're fully discussed in which Upanishad? Aitareya, Chandogya, Mandukya, Kena. Prakashji, go for it.
Is it B, Chandogya?
B, Chandogya. Shall we lock it?
Yeah, I'll try.
Chandogya is the right answer. Want to reason it? Give us the reasoning. What is Hari Sarvottama and what is Vayu Jivottama for me?
Okay. In the Chandogya, many examples are there. One example is where, for example, the Vayu Jivottama, when all these devatas, they prove who is the best. Vayu, without Vayu, nobody else can function. So that one is there. Then Hari Sarvottama is there for those examples of this. The bees we saw, then the water, and then the rivers joining, and then the salt mixed in water. All those things explains that the Hari is the control of everything, and also the one which we showed earlier, where the bird is tied to the, where we see that the rope is the prana, and then pranasya prana is that stamba. So we need prana for Vayu Jivottama, and also God for everything. So those doctrines are explained through Chandogya. That's what I remember.
Absolutely fine. So Hari Sarvottama is the Supreme Lord. Vayu Jivottama is the superior amongst the jivas. So I think you covered most of the things. That's the right answer. Thank you very much. Okay, this is probably the last question. Sri Madhvacharya has a special attachment for Aitareya Upanishad. Why? Is it because he taught Aitareya to his teacher as Guru Dakshina? Is it because it was his last discourse before he retired to Badri? Is it because he gave an exposition of Aitareya in an assembly of eminent scholars? Or is it all of the above? Anyone else? Prakashji, you can go ahead.
I think it's all of the above.
All of the above. Shall we lock it? Right answer. Question about Acharya Madhva. That's why it was included. He had a special affinity for Aitareya Upanishad. His Veda was also Rig Veda. So as a part of Rig Veda, Aitareya is the Aitareya Upanishad is the only one of the principal Upanishads of Rig Veda. So that's the.
Sorry, can I just clarify something? I thought
Go ahead.
So he did disappear to the Himalayas. I thought he just disappeared.
Yes.
So he wanted to check that.
Yes, because they're Avatara Purushas, usually we consider them as they finish their avataras and disappear. So if you look at Madhva Vijaya and story of Acharya Madhva, it says that while he was giving Aitareya Bhashya in Udupi, the Anteshwara temple, that's when suddenly he finished his avatara. We believe that he went back to Badrikashi. Anyone wants to add to that?
That means Anandji, it is he dissolved his Panchabhutas, because Deha is only made with Panchabhutas. So these Avatara Purushas, I think they can dissolve they can dismantle themselves from the Panchabhutas, and the Panchabhutas go to Panchabhutas. Is that the way it is?
I'm not the
Madhu?
expert. I'm not the expert. Probably if Madhuji is still there, probably
Yeah.
Madhuji can answer. But if not, we can ask him in one of the classes.
So I
Right.
was very briefly interject, very briefly mention. So let's not forget that we are currently doing this Mundaka Upanishad verse, right? Tasmacha devaha bahuda samprasutaha pashavo. So manushyaha pashavo vayamsi. So these devatas, they do come on earth in various forms, including the forms of humans and sometimes as animals and sometimes as birds, like the Taittiriya birds or the Jaritadi birds and so on. So how are they able to become adrishyas is a interesting question. And last week we discussed about Achintya Adbhuta Shakti, the incomprehensible power of certain exalted jivas that are out there. And we'll just have to accept because the Vedas say so, and that these exalted sentient beings have Achintya Adbhuta Shakti. Paramatma has Nirapeksha Achintya Adbhuta Shakti, which is independent, whereas all the Devatas, including Tattva Abhimani Devatas, and the view of Tattvavada school is that the Abhimani of Prana comes in 3 incarnations. So he comes in and he also has Achintya Adbhuta Shakti, by which he is not only simultaneously present in various areas, but he's also there in Vayu Loka. And he can become Adrishya in the sense that he has a material covering. Yeah. So the view there is all Tattva Abhimani Devatas have a material covering. So in Tattvavada Shastra, it's called Dagda Pataya Manavati. So that is a technical term for that. Dagda Pataya Manavati. So the Prana Tattva, for example, has a material covering, but that is a very subtle material covering, just like somebody who is wearing a very thin cloth around them, the silk cloth, for example. So Prana Tattva, like most other Tattva Abhimani Devatas, will always have material coverings. They're never going to lose their material coverings. They lose their material coverings only when they also attain moksha. But they become Adrishyas because of their Achintya Adbhuta Shakti. They become Adrishyas that we don't see them. And the contemplation there is that the Vayu is the supreme guru for us. But for him, Veda Vyasa is his guru. And Veda Vyasa is in Himalayas, Uttara Badri as it's called. And he goes to the Badrika Ashrama in the Uttara Badri. And then he's still learning from his guru, who is Narayana himself. Is the view there. So Adrishya is from Achintya Adbhuta Shakti concept. I hope that the audio was okay from here, Anandji.
Yeah, absolutely. It was fine. Absolutely fine. We could hear everything. Thank you, Madhuji. Prakashji, you have raised your hand.
Okay, I think 7 is the answer. B.
Oh, is it about the next question? How many
analogies?
Next question. Yeah, how many analogies were taught by Uddalaka to Shvetaketu? What's the answer, Prakashji?
7B.
You want to go for?
Lock B, please. 7.
Are you sure? You want expert advice?
I will go. I will go with my gut instinct.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure. I think.
Okay, let's see. What's the right answer? 9. There are 9 analogies, and I want some volunteers to rattle off all the 9 analogies. Anyone there? Prakash, you go for 7. Let's see.
Okay, what I think is the illustration of the river and the sea, the tree.
Yeah.
Where the tree, even if you cut off certain branches, there is still the life is there.
Yes.
And then the negro, the fruit, where the seeds are very invisible. I mean, phosphates, how you get life. Then if you add salt in water, and then if you take the water taste from any level, you still taste the salt.
Yeah.
Then the blindfolded person, how he goes and is able to go and reach this thing. Then sick person, and then the thief. All those things, I believe they are the different examples of the difference between Jiva and Jiva and Bhagavan. I mean, and also the inert objects, all those things. The relationship between basically Panchabheda comes here. Jada, Jiva, and Ishvara relationship.
That counts as 9. You almost made it 8. The one you missed is the honeybees one. One you said the bird and the string, honeybees, reverse, cutting the seed, salt and water, the blindfolded person, looking for the destination, the sick person who is about to die, and then what is the last one? The thief.
The thief. Yeah. Okay.
So there are 9 and
Okay. Okay. Good. I know. I will remember this next time.
Okay, I think this is the last. I've been saying last. This is the last. Which two Upanishads teach about the God from Omkara to 3 Vedas? I'm sure we have seen this on Madhuji's slides umpteen number of times. Which of the 2 Upanishads cover this? Is it A, Taittiriya, Chandogya, Aitreya, Ishavasya, Shvatra and Mundaka, Katha and Kena? Any takers? Random. You can go for it. If you make a mistake, no problem. Pragnesh ji, try for it.
I'll go for A.
A. Shall we lock A? Well done, Pragnesh ji. You want to expand on the above picture, which Madhuji has shown us a number of times. I can help you there.
Thank you very much. The Om has been taught by Madhuji for more than 12 weeks. That was my first introduction almost 3 years ago. And he has said that Om has 3, 5, 7, 9 number of permutation combinations. And to be very honest, it was a guesswork. I remember studying Chandogya and Om was referred very heavily there. Taittiriya was guess. So that's all I can say. Thank you.
So Om is the Pranava Akshara. Uma, we know that. Pranava from Pranava.
Akara, Ukara and Makara, and all the 3 Vedas are also included in that.
Yes, from the Uma comes the Vyahritis. Vyahritis is Bhuhu Bhuvaha Svaha. And from the Vyahritis comes the Gayatri. Tat Saviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yonaf Prachodayat. Which expand to Purusha Sukta Varga 1, Varga 2, Varga 3. And from these Purusha Suktas come the Rig Veda, which is Padya, which is the prose. Rig Veda is poetry. Yajurveda is Gadya, which is prose. Samaveda is Gana, which is nothing but music. So this is what Madhuji has been trying to put in our brains. I think that's why I included this one. But well tried, Pragnesh ji. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
That brings us to the end of this quiz session, and I hand it over back to Madhuji and Suresh ji for last few comments and maybe end the session, unless anyone has any points to make or ask questions. I don't see anything in the chat box. But over to you, Suresh ji and Madhuji.
Thanks, Anandji. Madhuji, do you want to? Yes.
Yeah, I was going to say before I sign off, fantastic quiz. Thank you so much, Anand and Suresh, for coordinating this. Of course, it will go on to our YouTube channel, and folks can come back and revise and ensure that they get all the 25 questions right. Thank you.
Suresh ji, you want to?
No, thanks, Anandji. Very interesting, and thank you for.
So if you want to close the session, Suresh ji, with your Shanti Mantra or the Shloka.
Yeah, we can close with the same prayer and Matar me matarishwan pitaratula guru bhratrarishtapta bandho swamin sarvantaratman najara jaraita janma mrityamayanam govinde dehi bhaktim bhavati cha bhagavan nurjitam nirnimittam nirvyajyam nishchalam sadgunagana brahatim shashwatim ashudeva. So with that, we will come to the close of this session. Thank you, Anandji. And we will meet again next week, next Sunday. See you all then. Thank you.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, everyone. It was really very nice. We should have more of this quiz so that we'll remember many things. So very, very nice. Both of you, Sureshji and Anandji. Thank you very much. And Madhushanji. Thank you very much.
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Krishna Arpavastu.